So guys, welcome back to another video. In this one today, we're going to be talking about a brand new card in FIFA 21 Ultimate Team, and that is the in-form centre-back Thomas Delaney, who did come as a part of Team of the Week number 4. Now, Team of the Week 4 on the screen right now, as you can see, is a fairly nice Team of the Week. There's some good players in there, like Rashford, Depay, Werner, and there's also a couple of players who got one to watch boost as well, which is great to see. But the player I was most interested in is definitely this Thomas Delaney card, because it's been given a very interesting position change. Obviously in FIFA originally he is a CDM, but this card is a centre-back item, and on paper looks like a brilliant centre-back option as well. So let's have a closer look at this card, shall we? First of all, good height for centre-back at 6 foot. Low high work rates, brilliant. 4-star weak foot, very useful for a centre-back when passing out of back and making clearances. And in terms of play traits, there isn't too much to see. But in terms of in-game stats, look at those defensive stats. They're very, very nice. 90 interceptions definitely been the highlight. And then the physical stats are also pretty awesome too. So yeah, happy days. Dribbling is brilliant for a centre-back, as you would expect. With him originally being a midfielder. 75 agility is actually very, very high for a centre-half. Nice passing too, 83 long passing, and even his shooting stats are obviously pretty good for a defender, but we probably won't get to test them out too much. And on top of all that, of course, he does have pretty attractive pace as well. Don't actually understand how the pace stat equals 80 when both of the stats actually add up to just 79 apiece, but whatever. In terms of a chem style on this guy, people on Footbin are actually voting to use Shadow on him, which I find to be quite interesting. I'd have thought people would have gone for Anchor, because that would have given a +10 to that strength. But on Footbin, the most popular one is Shadow. So you know what? We're going to go with that. We're going to make this guy super pacey. Okay, so Shadow Chem applied. He now has 89 pace, or 90 if we're going by EA math. Anyway, let's get into some games and let's test out Thomas Delaney. I have high hopes for this card, to be honest. It looks very, very good. Well, didn't expect to see that. My opponent has 2 icons up front. He's got Ian Rush and I believe that's Van Basten. And then behind him, the whole team's incredible. That midfield is stacked and that defense is awesome. This could be a tough game. Delaney's definitely up against it. Ball's whipped in. Delaney, oh, he's just missed it actually. Thought he was going to get his head to that. Oh, don't like this. We're under a bit of pressure, but Delaney is at the back to help clean up there. Oh, nice tackle there by Delaney. Very aggressive in the tackle. Oh, don't like that. But Delaney deals with Rush quite easily, but the pass out the back is not a great one. Bit of a panic pass there. Nice, Delaney. Oh, don't like that. Ian Rush trying to get through, but Delaney comes across. Good bit of pace there. And takes the ball off the Welshman. Nice, Delaney. Nice aggressive tackle there. And he's done well to nab that pass off Pogba as well. And he might have just set us free with Ansu Fati. And there is the half-time whistle. So at the break, despite a poor start, we actually head in with a 3-2 lead. It was a very busy half, especially in the defensive department. As you can see, 9 tackles. And some of them quite high up the pitch with a bit of pressing, but some of them on the edge of the box where we've had to do a lot of defending. Hopefully, we can keep the lead in the second half. But I won't lie, this game's pretty tough. Oh, not getting past Delaney. Oh, don't like that. But Delaney, well positioned and got across there quick. Oh, wow. Gotta be honest, did not expect this game to end like that after the first half. We came out in the second half, all guns blazing, and got 2 goals. And as you can see, my opponent after that has had enough and has rage quit. So, yeah, let's talk about some performances, shall we? My attack was amazing, as you can see. But Thomas Delaney, I thought, was very solid in that game. Very, very solid in defence. Yeah, good stats across the board. Passes are a bit, over the top. But that's because I was, maybe making passes I shouldn't be. I was trying to test out his long-range passing. But tackling ability-wise, brilliant in defence for me in that game. Very, very solid, covering some nice runs, making some good blocks, making good intercepts. Very positive debut. Well, we got tested in the first game, and we are going to be tested again. My opponent's attack is probably... I can't imagine without icons you can get better than that right now. Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi. That's nuts. Oh, Boateng made a big error there. But Delaney cleans up after him, and we survive. Don't like that, but Delaney gets a block in there. Well in Delaney. Does well there. Oh, don't like that. Don't like that. Oh, what a block. As if Delaney got across there to block Fernandes. Ball's whipped in. Here's a chance for Delaney. Gets the header to it, and he's actually scored. I do not know how, but we are 3-0 up against this ridiculous super team. And Thomas Delaney not only has been brilliant defensively, but has now got a goal to his name. Unreal. Unreal. Did not think we would be making that team rage quit. That's an unreal team for like the second or third week of FIFA. That's mad. Anyway, really good performance by Delaney again. Been really happy with him so far. Not only in defence, but also in attacking this game, getting a goal. Okay then, after a couple more matches with Delaney in the side, I think, let me just check, we ended on 4 games, which is not a bad like little spell with him in the side, and 3 of those 4 games ended with clean sheets, which is, to be fair, a rarity in FIFA 21, especially for me anyway. I'm not a good defender, but I do have to say, I feel like this guy improved my defence. I think it is a really, really good centre-back card, and yeah, it was just really effective for me. He was quick in game, he was aggressive with tackling, he won the ball regularly, his tackling in general was very, very good, which is obviously a must for a centre-back. I liked his interceptions, and I just liked the card a lot. It was just a really, really good centre-back item. I like the fact it's got low high work rates, just sits back and does a job. And he ended up just covering for Boateng a lot when I made errors with other players, which was really, really pleasing. So all in all, if you just want a quick review, great card. And if you're wrong with a Bundesliga team, I do recommend picking this item up because, as I say, it's a really, really good centre-back in my opinion. Is it the perfect centre-back? No. But it's a very, very good one. And like, we've got to remember what stage of FIFA we're in. This is a really good card for this stage. I feel like this card might have some good longevity as well, so something to bear in mind there. So let's break things down, shall we? First of all, let's do the obvious, the pace. He's very quick for a centre-back, and yes, I did have a shadow chem on him, and that obviously did help out quite a bit. And to be honest, that's absolutely fine. Very, very quick centre-back, and giving him even more pace definitely does benefit him too, because he doesn't really need strengthening in too many other areas, so you may as well make him quicker to catch up to them elite players in the game. I'll be honest, didn't really test out the shooting too much because I was using him as a centre-back, and yeah, I don't think I need to comment much more on that. Passing, it's not brilliant, but for a centre-back, it's very good. Like, if he was in midfield, I'd say his passing's pretty average, but because he's a centre-back, I think it's fairly good for that position, so something to note there. And something to note is he's obviously got a 4-star weak foot, which for a centre-back is very good. It's not just for just passing, but for clearances as well. So you can go off either foot with that without less chance of error. Dribbling, once again, it's that same thing. For a midfielder, I would probably say his dribbling's fairly average, but since he's a centre-back, I think it's to a good standard. So if you do need to, you know, turn quickly on someone to clear, then you can do that with this card more than you can with some other centre-backs. Like, there's so many centre-backs in this game that are very, very good that have like under 60 agility. That's not the case with this guy. This guy can turn quicker than most, which is obviously very, very nice. And when it comes to defending, like I've already touched on, very happy with his intercepts, and very happy with his tackling ability too. The only issue is I don't think he tracks runs as well as maybe some other defenders that I've used, some other centre-backs, but he's quick enough to make up that gap if he does make an error, which is nice. And then physically, I thought he was an absolute monster, to be honest. Like, his 79 strength is obviously good, but it's not amazing. But in-game, he was very, very strong for me, and you saw that in the footage. You saw he was aggressive, and you saw he won plenty of duels, which is awesome. Also, he's got a really high jumping stat and does win plenty of aerial duels, which is fantastic. So, in summary, very good card. For an 84 overall, this is a brilliant centre-back item, in my opinion. And like I said earlier in the video, if you run with a Bundesliga side, like, I really do recommend picking this item up if you can afford to do so, because it's a really, really good centre-back card. And probably, is it the best centre-back in that league right now? Definitely up there. Is it the best? I actually probably would say it is, to be honest. Right now in the game, I would probably say it is the best centre-back you can get if you're on with a Bundesliga side, if I'm being fully honest. So, something to note there. Like, a centre-back pairing of this Delaney and in-form Upamecano, that's a good centre-back pairing. Anyway, I'm rambling. I would happily get this guy in my red picks tomorrow. I really, really would. So if you get him in your red picks, I hope you enjoy him as much as I did, because he was absolutely fantastic for me, and I think you saw that in the footage. Anyway, I'm rambling. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like on it. Subscribe if you're new. Comment your thoughts on the card. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.